In the Pacific Northwest, there is a special and hateful place these two schools have for each other in their hearts. From Jake Browning's point or Kenny Wheaton running back to score, this game has had plenty of moments, and maybe we'll get another classic in this one. Welcome to Autzen Stadium in Eugene. It's the Washington Huskies and the Oregon Ducks. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
When you talk about decibels, making it hard to play for the opponents, the first stadium you've got to think about is Autzen Stadium in Eugene, Oregon. This is one of the most acoustically challenging places for opponents to step onto the field. The loud and the proud, the Ducks make noise whenever opponents come to town. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Washington will kick off as this one gets started. And this game will start with a kickoff going out of bounds and give this offense tremendous opening field position. Offense in a bunch formation. Running inside, it's Davison. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Eight-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. Dante Moore fires to the big fella. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots and zones. You got to get him involved.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Moore, play action. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. You always have to be aware of the running threat from the Oregon quarterbacks, but here getting business done through the air.
No doubt, Reese, because you're worried about his legs, the read game, all the stuff they can do. It opens up the passing attack. And I think when you've seen the Ducks teams throughout history, the ones that have enough balance to keep you off guard, keep you guessing, are the ones that are the best teams.
And, man, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him. The offense goes through him. You've got to love this running back. And he just finds a way to make those chunk plays like he just did, setting the tone. And, Palmer, sometimes the defense, they need to see you for a second so they realize how fast, how powerful, how good you are.
Yeah, and the defense said all the right things leading up to this game. We're focused on stopping the run. We want to be the more physical team. We're going to make them one-dimensional. Well, you just got to run down your throat early. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. So for this defense now it's time to show up. You got to bow up now and start doing something about it.
Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The run inside, it's Davison. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
A run for the quarterback. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Ducks!
And that is what a team of this caliber is expected to do, right? They've got the better number beside their name by all the metrics, by a talent standpoint, coaching standpoint. They're the superior team, and they just drove the ball in the first possession of the game, and they looked like it, scoring a touchdown and asserting their dominance.
And he added the extra point. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. They'll start on the ground with Washington. Turning it on. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. The Huskies love these backs that can churn up yardage like a Corey Dillon and Napoleon Kaufman used to do.
Yeah, just guys that you can depend on, guys you can hand it to and know you're going to get really, really good production. Then what does that do? It opens up the whole offense, gets everybody jacked up in the Pacific Northwest.
Here's a heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
And the Huskies will line it up on 1st and 10. Reads it, fires complete. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
The Huskies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. He'll take the deep shot. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one.
Yeah, and he had an opportunity to make such a big play. Listen, he wasn't wide open with nobody around him, but you got to make that play. You got a little bit of space. You got to haul that in, make your quarterback look good, and make a big play for this offense.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. Makes the catch. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
Not willing to try that 55-yard field goal. They'll try to move the chains on 4th and short. down, Williams. Blasted as he lets it go. Can't make the catch, and the defense will force the turnover on downs.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football on this fourth down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Finding some room. Fights off a defender.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on second and short. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they are on the move.
This is a very tough slot receiver to cover if you're a linebacker because of how quick and how shifty he is. You never seem to know which way he's going, and he always seems to create an open space for his QB.
Moore fires to the wideout. Makes the catch. It's Hooks. Gets him down at the 26. Big play there. Give him 15 yards on the gain, and they move the sticks.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows. He can run slants. He can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. And the Ducks are threatening on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's second and goal.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
After getting nothing, it's second and goal from the 6. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4.
This is the most important part of the field. What you did to get down here means nothing. Nice job by this defense, staying confident, staying aggressive, and forcing a third down and goal.
They've worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's third and goal. Moore from the gun on third down. Touchdown, Ducks! The sure hands in the end zone, and he has 6.
It does not take this offense long to get going. We've seen 2 drives. We've seen 2 touchdowns, David. They are so explosive. They've got so much speed all over the field, and they're lighting this scoreboard up early.
Hey, you better find some answers defensively. You better find a way to slow them down. And how about this next possession for your offense? Like, coming on the field, you can tell. As an offense coordinator, you got to feel it. Like, my defense is not holding them down right now. We got to put together a drive, get some points on this score in this next possession.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Makes a grab and room to run. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
Man, this guy is so dangerous with the ball in his hand. That was an RPO. He got that thing behind the line of scrimmage, but once he had it, he made one quick cut, and that was it. His speed, his elusiveness, he is so dangerous. Defense just couldn't corral him, and he rips off a huge play on what was a very, very short throw on the RPO.
For decades, Washington dominated this rivalry. Then 1994, and the pick by Kenny Wheaton took it to the house. And since that moment, this rivalry has been on.
It's been so much fun to watch. For years, it had conference championship implications. We've seen Heisman Trophy implications in this one. More recently, college football playoff implications as well. Always fun.
Unloads it downfield. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
And sometimes as a quarterback, man, you're sitting on that sideline and you watch the other guy go out and just deal, right? And put together a drive, score a touchdown, and you want to come out and you want to answer and you want to be aggressive. And sometimes you take shots, sometimes you force things. So I would recommend to him just stay within the offense, take what the defense gives you, don't be too aggressive.
The Ducks signal for their first timeout. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Third down from the gun, Williams. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. As we get a look at some stats, this is the best start they could have hoped for. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Davison. At the 35, he's open. Oh, he's got some space. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle. As opposed to linebackers and big defensive players, you get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys.
There's a crease.
You know, with defense, it's this pick or poison game, right? Like, I got to play a little bit soft and make them run the football, but when I do that, I give the running back space, and right there you could tell he takes advantage of it.
The Ducks in a good spot here with second and short. They'll run it on the counter. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
From the gun on third down, Dante Moore. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. He hits the slide, and he's got enough to convert that third down.
Nice job. Nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the first down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
The Ducks look to keep this drive humming. Throwing Moore. The quick out. Runs through a man. He might have some space. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
Look at the big fella doing work in the secondary, the big tight end, catching the ball, and he's just shooing these little DBs away. Get off me.
And the Ducks will have it 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Moore. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Oh, he's got a chance. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Really nice play call there on 2nd and long by the offensive coordinator. He was able to get a lot of that yardage back by running the football, and now, of course, it sets up a 3rd and manageable situation.
Let's see what they've dialed up on 3rd and long from the 22. Running inside, it's Davison. They knock him down right at the 20-yard line. Not enough for the first down, but maybe they'll keep the offense on the field. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. He got it. And that will extend their lead even further.
Hey, listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Here's the return from inside his 10. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Huskies offense out there and ready to go. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. But I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on board.
Going to take a shot. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
And that's a really good job by this defense being dialed in. You got a big lead. You know exactly what's coming. This offense is going to have to make some explosive plays down the field. They were ready, they were disciplined, and made a good play on the football.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Williams. Here's the pressure. Trying to buy time. He stopped right at the 22, and that'll bring us to 4th down.
You know, we talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody opened downfield, and he just decided to take off.
Oh, did he unload on that? It's like there's helium in that one. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Now Oregon will call its 2nd timeout. They're down to 1 timeout left in the half. They send the tight end in motion. The run inside. It's Davison. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
He really shows you his skills on that last run, and I feel like today, if you're a running back at Oregon, you are expected to be explosive. You're not going to be a guy that goes in between the tackles and gains 3 yards, and that's okay. I feel like now, today, because of all the great running backs they've had here recently.
Snags it, and there's running room. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of it.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
Here's more to throw. They pick it off, and this defense, a much-needed play. He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, Huskies. The defense putting points on the board.
And this is always the fine line as an offense, man. You want to be aggressive. You want to go get more points right before the half, but you can't be careless. You can't make mistakes. And, man, Palmer, that's a big mistake that goes all the way back the other direction.
And give the defense credit, too, because in that 2-minute situation, they're expecting pass. Everybody's got to be on guard. Everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback. He was able to jump the throw. Now he's taking it the distance. He's building the lead for his team. They've got so much momentum now heading into halftime.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Davison. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Nice play by the defense, but now is a time they've got to be more consistent. They allowed this running back to go off in that first half, and moving forward now, they have got to try and take this running back away.
Dante Moore. The sure hands, it's Moore. At the 45 on its way. Turning on the Jets. To the house. Touchdown, Oregon.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. On the run from inside his own 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he's stopped. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Throwing, Williams. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
I know it's early in this game, but, man, this defense has had their number. They've done a great job, already built a huge lead, now getting this offense in a situation where they got to pass the football, and they better protect their quarterback better than they are right now.
Williams looking for a man. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Across the 25, he's got room. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they've kick-started this drive with that one.
And how nice is it to have an eraser at the quarterback spot? First down, you get sacked, lose a bunch of yards. In a more difficult situation, you call a pass to try to attack the secondary, but he's got the ability to do this. Just pull it down, get all those positive yards back, and then some.
Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit. But they've got to cap this off now with a touchdown cut into the...
He's going for it all. Grabs it inside the 10. Touchdown, Washington. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And I'm not going to say that was a must-score, but that was a must-score. And this offense delivers right before the half. Everything's starting to pick up. Hopefully, now you build some momentum. You cut it to a 2-score game. Got to build on this momentum in the second half.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Moore. fires it down the seam. Hits him inside the 20, still going. Touchdown, Ducks! This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolled into the end zone. This dude is revving his engine like that duck coming out on a motorcycle. He is putting up points and finding the promised land.
And it's nice to have a guy that can do that. Goodness gracious, they just keep finding at Oregon as trigger men, not only throw the football, but guys who can pick them up and put them down and make big plays.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Here's Williams to throw. He's going for the big play. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
And it's funny, right before that play, I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if this offense is just going to play conservative here with the field position, the fact they haven't scored a ton of points so far in this game, and just run the ball and take it into halftime. No, they're being aggressive, and not just that. They're taking deep shots way down the field, but give the defense credit. They were ready for it, forcing that incompletion.
So that's going to do it here in the first half. Stay tuned for the halftime break. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. On the move from inside his 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive, Reese. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
Got it. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
And that's the beauty of playing zone coverage, man. Everybody has vision on the quarterback. So when he drops to throw and that ball comes out, you should break as soon as his hand separates from the football. He does, sees the running back in the flat, runs up, and makes sure he gets no yards after that catch.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Lined up in the gun, Williams on third down. Looking for a deep man. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game. Washington sends out the punt team. Oh, man, that is an absolute rocket launcher of a punt. Catch is made at the 15. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
I love the quick decision that QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Wide receiver comes in motion. Running inside, it's Davison. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Sends it back in motion. Moore from the gun, trying to convert third down. Unloads to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Well, that's another completion. This quarterback's on fire. I get it. He's thrown for over 200 yards in this game, but it's because he's got people helping him out. How about that incredible job diving out, stretching out, and hauling that pass in? Quarterbacks love it when they don't have to be perfect every time they throw the football. And this group of receivers, they are helping out their QB1.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Maybe that stop is a good sign for this defense. Maybe the defense is starting to figure it out. Obviously, offense has been running the football with so much success. Something has to change. That was a good start.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. On the move, it's Hill. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Could not make his way to the corner.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Power football with the run. They get him off his feet after a pickup of 5 down to the 25.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. Moore from the gun on 3rd down. Throws to the tight end. Intercepted deep in his own end. Taking it the other way. He's inside the 40. The 20. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Huskies. The defense takes matters into its own hands. Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points, and now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What do you do in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
The Ducks now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Throwing more. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. and Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Hauls it in. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Williams will pass. Stepping to the right. He wants it all. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
Man, you see, once you start to get to the red zone, the contested catch rate goes way through the roof. Who can make those plays when you're physically getting hit? Nice job by the defense, man. Make them earn it. Make them feel it. Get your hands through the contact of the football when they're trying to make the catch. Great job breaking on the football at the perfect time.
They stop him right there. They tried to convert with the run, and the defense was up for the challenge. And the field goal unit is on the field. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Good right down the boulevard. This is now a 7-point game.
Well, they're able to get a field goal and put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would have liked to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession and give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can get it.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. Here's more to throw. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And we've already seen him make splash plays in this football game. He got the interception, the big pick earlier, now getting in the backfield, getting to the quarterback, and doing the most important thing. When you get there, get home, and get him on the ground. He's got a pick, and now he's got a sack.
That first down was rather unproductive. Let's see what they've got on second down from the 16. The run inside. It's Hill. Here's a little room there, and they're able to make the tackle.
Well, the defense may have been caught off guard a little bit on that play. It was second and long. They weren't expecting the run. So now we've got third and manageable, and they've got to be wondering to themselves, is this offense going to try to run the ball again here?
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. On the gun on third down, Dante Moore throws to the wideout. He's got it. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, third quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's second and 12. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. At the 40, there he goes. It's a seam wide open. Touchdown, Ducks! Into the end zone with a breakaway score.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this team.
The ball pops out on the return, and this fumble bounces out of bounds.
You know, fumbles really just comes down to luck. Oblong-shaped ball just can bounce any which way whatsoever. An offense right there, very lucky that one went out of bounds.
This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Keeps it on first down. Picks up the first down. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
And the defense, they've got him at the 27. He'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Williams moves around to clear up the vision. And he can't pull the trigger, and that will be the final play of the third quarter. We wrap it up with a sack. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. So we open the final period with a third down play. Williams from the gun on third down. Pressure coming. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds. He'll be short of the first down.
And they get the completion, and they get out of bounds, which is obviously important to stop the clock. But what's really important now is it's fourth down. And that made it more manageable, but obviously the clock is not as important as making sure you get this fourth down conversion.
My goodness, he unloads on that one. Wants to return it. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Might be changing the route. Dante Moore. Snagged in the middle. It's Johnson. Breaks into the open. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
Here comes the Washington offense to start this possession. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. Williams makes the grab. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. Washington right back to the line.
And this offense is going to have to catch some breaks, man. They're going to have to make some big plays. They're going to have to push the ball down the field, break some tackles, hit some home runs, down 3 possessions in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to do everything right.
And when you're running the ball well, QBs love going to play action. You get the linebackers starting to suck up closer to the line of scrimmage. They're keying on those running backs, and it just makes pitch and catch so much easier for these quarterbacks and receivers.
Williams looking for a man. Rush is on him. They got him. Great pressure by this defense.
And when I got a stud quarterback like they do, I'm going to protect him. I'm going to make sure that I keep him upright because he can do some serious damage. But this defense applying pressure and applying the hammer in this football game.
They gave up the sack on first down. Now it's 2nd and 11. Throwing, Williams. He wants to go deep. And the incomplete pass, taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game, so they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up. And
look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Williams to throw for it on 4th. Bringing the heat. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the 1st down.
And this QB is really starting to show you something, isn't he? I mean, he's been hit a lot in the pocket, and I just like the toughness. At the end of the run here, he's not sliding because he's been banged up a little bit. Lowering the shoulder, getting the 1st down, taking some hits, but he's still competing.
That's reeled in. It's Moss. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. Here's Williams to throw. Pocket breaking down. Lets it fly. Picked off to stop the threat.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's pass, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Davison. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Might be calling a hot route. He'll run it again. There's some room.
And this one isn't over because the defense still has 3 timeouts left, but man, that clock is ticking, and they can just run the football up multiple possessions. They're going to need something magical to happen. They're going to need to start stripping at that football, create some turnovers, and get lucky down the stretch.
The Ducks with the 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield, pick up 10 and the first down.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
It's a 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. And with things in their favor on the scoreboard, the quarterback's favorite play in the playbook, the old kneel down from victory formation. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. And they'll take a knee and watch this clock keep on winding its way toward a victory. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. And with the game all but decided, this quarterback will take a knee.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
The victory in its blood feud against Washington, and you best believe this one is going to stick with the men in purple for quite a while. That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.